everybody. Welcome back to the patio. Beautiful day here in St. Louis. Hope everybody's doing good. 4th of July weekend. So I thought I would wear my 4th of July American flag bandana today, kind of in honor of course, the United States, and also BMR. He wears a bandana on his show all the time. So I texted him today and said, "Hey, I'm going to wear my bandana today and say hi to you and everything." So tribute to America. Um, hey, we have a great show today. We have two guests today. We have Reverend Stacy and David Oliver. They are collaborating on a book right now, or they did. So we're going to talk about that and some other fun stuff coming up a little bit. Also, a little later on in the show, Dave is going to do some tarot card readings if anybody is interested. So if you are interested, put it in the comments in all caps because somehow I hit a button and things got really small over there and I can hardly read them. So, hi Mickey, she's there. Pam's there. Pancho's here. I saw Freaky. Crystal's watching it on the replay because she has no power and her battery's about dead. Yeah, so it's really small. Also, if you see my little dog Bailey, come here. If you see my little dog Bailey walking around the backyard behind me there, it's her birthday today. She is 2 years old, so if you see her make an appearance, feel free to say hi to her and happy birthday. Right now, she's over there laying in the grass, enjoying her beautiful life. So, anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and bring up Reverend Stacy. Hi, Stacy. How you doing?
I am awesome. How are you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And then now let's welcome back to the show, David Oliver. David, good to see you again. Hear
Hi.
me, Dave? There he is.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Dave was on.
Face is frozen.
Dave was on the
Beautiful.
show. Dave was on the show last year, and we had a good time and talked for quite a bit. Very interesting stuff, and I've been wanting to get him back on, but he's over in England, and it's kind of hard when I'm on at 7 o'clock at night Central Time here in the middle of America, and it's what 6 hours different over there. So that would make it well pretty late in the or pretty early in the morning, and I don't want to have him have to get up early in the morning to be on here. So, welcome back, David. Glad to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So you guys, let's talk about. You guys have a book of poetry that's come out, and we know David's a Reiki healer and a tarot card reader and everything. But we're just now meeting Stacy here. So Stacy, why don't you, if you could, take a few seconds and kind of introduce yourself, where we can find you, and we'll go from there.
So, hi, I'm Reverend Stacy. I spent 27 years as a registered nurse, and I've been a Reiki master for about 3 now. And I had an accident a couple years ago that kind of realigned my path a little bit. I started doing some writing and some other creative things, and I decided to embark on a new adventure. So I'm excited to announce that, yes, Dave and I are writing a poetry book together. And I'm just really excited to be here and just meet cool, open-minded people.
Awesome. That's cool. So how did you two meet, and how did you guys get going on this on the book?
Oh my goodness. So this is definitely the way the universe aligns. So a couple years ago, I was in another healing business with 2 other women, and we started a Reiki healing business, and we were looking for volunteers just to do some free Reiki on just for reviews. And I posted in a group, and David was actually one of the people that said, "Hey, I would love a free healing." So we ended up talking through that group, and unfortunately, me and the other girls kind of broke up, kind of went our separate ways. And David and I just aligned magically in the universe. And this was a couple years ago. It's amazing.
Wow. And you guys have worked really good together, it sounds like.
We were doing
Yeah, yeah.
beautiful healings together, but
Basically, I was.
unfortunately,
Uh,
Go ahead, Dave.
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, David.
no, I was. That's okay. It's just the delay. Basically, I was looking for some help and guidance, and yeah, as Stacey said, she was working with these other people, and it was the perfect opportunity to try something different and
Mhm.
to have the help that I needed. I'd also was in contact with the person that was doing more kind of counselling kind of work. So I did the work with them first, found out that it was what's been talked about quite a lot, inner child healing work I needed to do, because I had some difficult situations when I was a late teenager that needed resolving, and I just didn't quite know how to do that myself. So it gave me a kind of focus on what I needed to work on, which gave Stacey, the people she's working with, something to focus their efforts towards. And out of all of them, I felt that when I connected with them on an energetic level, there was just this. It was like a wave kind of coming over the sea wall of just this beautiful, intense but soft energy that, and it basically initiated what we discovered after we discussed it, my kundalini awakening. And kundalini energy is an energy that exists in everybody, and you have to do certain things to become aware of it and to allow it to grow in you, and basically having the healing and this whole situation that unfolded allowed me to release all the things I'd been wanting to. It basically did exactly what I needed. And through releasing that, we'll call it a blockage, it just felt like this lump of all the negativity and all the stress and all the things that I'd been dealing with for a number of years that I wanted to get rid of was removed. And it allowed this space for this energy. It literally erupted up. Like when you hear a piece of music that you love, or you see, an emotional moment when you got those tingles. It was like that. I literally got this wave of tingles all up my body, over my head, down my arms. All my hair was standing on end, and I was just blown away because I didn't know what was going to come. And then after interacting with me and bringing her energy that was already carrying this vibration, then kind of kickstarted mine. And that's kind of set the tone for our working relationship and our friendship. You know, I've spoke to Stacey probably more than most people that I know in my life, and we've never been in the same room together. One day I will get over to Caroline to see her, but
Yeah.
in a weird way, because of having that separation, kept a perspective, I reckon, on what we're doing, because we've just had to get to know each other through. Well, we know we felt each other's energy to begin with, and then as time went on, as we got to know each other, we've become really very good friends, and we've become, yeah, aligned in a lot of the things that we're doing, and we both are very certain that it's supposed to have happened the way it has.
Yeah.
And without this but because we are connected in that way, we and we've got to know each other and kind of build a friendship. We've developed a lot, and I basically started writing poetry. I think it was the couple of months after the as I believe I've said before on when I spoke to you before, Paul, I wasn't able to do
Mhm.
any of the healing work that I wanted to do because I had to be separate from people, but I still wanted people to have a better day. So I started writing poetry with a good vibe to it and sent it out there, and it became a regular habit, and I've practiced it since. And Stacey was doing a lot of a very similar thing, really, weren't you? You were writing poetry for your development and wanting people to feel better. So without knowing it, that was already kind of over a while. We did a few videos together on Facebook, and we read out a poem that we had each day, and we've decided to collate those poems into a productive effort and to put that out there for people to simply enjoy reading. We're not going to charge any money for it. We're going to give it out to people whoever wants it can have it because
Oh,
it's
wow.
easy for people to access, and basically it doesn't really cost us anything to produce it, just the effort we have to put into putting it together, which means Stacey collaborating on. I've been building the pages with the formatting of the words and things, and Stacey's going to then put that into a framework on Ingram Spark to make it an actual finished product, and that is going to be released on the 27th. Was it? We agreed. So yeah,
27th of
that
July.
is pretty much in a nutshell how things have gone.
Mhm.
27th of July.
Yeah,
Where?
27th of July. Mhm.
Okay. Where can people find it?
So right now, once it's
Or when it comes
We're
out?
going
uploaded,
Yeah.
we'll
to
be
look
able to
into
have
putting it through
access.
Amazon KDP.
Yeah, and it'll be available through Amazon. We're also going to be able to have a list of emails that, because it's going to be in a file that's going to be very easy to read. It's basically going to be an ebook. So I know David and I are working on like some kind of page as well that people can find us. So it'll be a lot easier. We're going to be doing a lot more, hi, this is what we're doing in the next couple of days, just to, build the momentum for what's coming. So, and we'll
Sweet.
definitely let people know how to reach us.
And
And
when you have everything all put together and stuff, drop me a line, and I'll be more than happy to share links out on my Facebook page or promote it
awesome.
on YouTube channels and stuff. So yeah, just let me know where we can find it. And
Appreciate that.
kind of no problem, no problem. Kind of touching on what David was saying earlier about how you guys work together and how you guys have never really been in the same room together. That's just one of the great things about this world that we live in right now, that we could have conversations with me where I am in St. Louis, and Stacy's in what you say, North Carolina, and David's all the way over there in England, and it's like we're all together. And I've met so many people, some of the people in the chat and other podcasters and stuff that are all over the country, and I've maybe met them, talked to him several times, but I've met him in face to face once or twice, and I just think that's incredible that you guys have such a great working relationship and never really been face to face. That's pretty cool that you
Mhm.
guys can do that.
And
So
energy does not lie.
Yeah.
that is true. That is true.
Mhm. Mhm.
Remind people in the chat, if you guys want to have a reading later on, go ahead and say that you want one in the chat, and then I'll start. Then we'll get to you later on. We'll probably do that in the last 15, 20 minutes of the show. Try to keep track on this. Man, I don't know what I did to the screen. Everything is really small, and I could hardly read the chat here. So, it's crazy. So, anyway, Stacey, we kind of heard from David how he got into Reiki healing and tarot reading in the last time he was on. Stacey, how did you get into this stuff way back when you first started it?
So, kicking and screaming, actually, this wasn't by choice. But 6 years ago, I ended up in the hospital. Really, really bad accident. I suffered a traumatic brain injury, and things just went really, really bad. Medical community had given up on me. They didn't know what was wrong with me, and I had to find other ways to heal myself. And I wasn't getting any answers, so I started researching holistic ways of healing, and a friend of mine mentioned Reiki, and I'd never really heard of it, so I didn't know what it was. And as a registered nurse, that Western logical thinking, I was like, no, no, I don't want to hear anything about it. But a friend of mine contacted one of her friends who was offering like a free Reiki session. And I did it virtual for the first time. And I was so anxious the entire time. I'm like, what is this horse shit that doesn't work? I'm more anxious. And something kept saying, give it one more try. And I heard Google Reiki near me. So I ended up Googling Reiki near me. And I said, you know what? I'll give it another chance. And I literally a mile away, an office popped up. And so I said, I'm going to try it because I was going through a really rough time with like anxiety and depression. I was lost. And I got an appointment a week later. And the minute I walked through the door, it was almost like the heavens had opened up and this pouring of words, unconditional love and warmth and peace I can't even explain to you, smacked me in the forehead. And
Wow.
that was about 4 years ago. So I started learning more about the chakras. I started learning more about energy healing. And the minute I started saying yes, more opportunities for Reiki started popping up. And I dove headfirst into learning all about it. So I started with Reiki 1, then I went to Reiki 2, and then I became a Reiki master. But I think it was more so to learn how to heal myself. And ever since I've been hooked, I think the whole world should know about Reiki, and David should teach them all. It's
David, you up for
fascinating.
teaching everybody Reiki
Fascinating.
healing all over the world?
Whole world, David.
Yeah, well, well, I've got to start. This is a bit of exclusive news. I've
Uh-oh.
live not too far from a shopping mall, and they have got a health spa where they do all the practical things like massage, hair, nails, fillers. All the beauty treatments and relaxing things. And I'm going to be working from there, initially offering Reiki healing. And one of the therapists there already does Indian head massage and uses crystals a bit in her work. So she's interested in learning to become able to practice Reiki. And there's a bit of enthusiasm from the people that work there already. So yeah, I'm actually going to have a professional establishment to work from and support me that's affordable and literally 5 minutes away from where I live to work from. So that is an actual gift from the universe, if ever I've seen one, to have people that are open to it and to make it affordable for me to build up a reputation. They're going to support me to advertise and everything else. And obviously in the where the shops are, they've got these big electronic billboards. So my next plan is to have myself on one of those advertising what I do. I just want to see that happen because it's going to be awesome. So yeah, I'd have the opportunity to work in a professional place where people are coming wanting to have something that makes them feel better, and obviously Reiki is going to make them feel amazing. So I'll be able to build up a reputation from there. And the guy that owns the establishment has got a few others around the country. So if things go well, then I will approach him and I'll say, are there other people who places, or is there space for me to maybe be like a guest for a few days and go and practice in the same branded spa but in different places around the country. So I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket yet because it's still early days, but as long as I put the effort in and I get the advertising out there and get people coming in, I could really see this taking off and doing well. So, and then alongside that, I can obviously talk to them about the more spiritual side of things and offer them the readings and things like that and kind of build on it. So hopefully it's going to turn into something pretty awesome and very well established and very popular. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm going to start there, start small, and then I'll move it over to Europe and America, and then we can take on the world, right?
Take on the world. That's awesome.
Yes.
And here, Pam says that sounds amazing, David. So
That's the plan.
uh,
That's the
you,
plan.
you know,
Well,
go
it
ahead.
will be amazing. Thank you.
And you know, doing something that you love, and I know from talking to you before, David, that you really do like helping people, and it's really fulfilling to see um, people that you've helped to accept it and do well. Um, with the help that you're offering. So I mean, that's got to make you feel good, um, getting this. So very good news, and got to start small someplace, and hopefully this does take off for you. Um, Stacy, I wanted to ask you, when you first started, or actually as you were going along as a Reiki healer, then the master, did you have any particular moment where you helped somebody and it was just blew your mind off, and it was just amazing feeling for you? I probably shouldn't have said blew your mind off. That didn't sound too good, but it was just an amazing feeling for you.
Oh my God. Yeah, it happens constantly. When the light bulb goes off, you can't describe the feeling because you watch people have a literal breakthrough. And it's like it was something as simple as, maybe something that we suggested or a little tweak in their daily routine or just something that was so tangible that they could do. And then all of a sudden it's like, ta-da, there's a brand new world that opened up to people. And I love it. I loved seeing the difference that we were making. And it was so different because as a registered nurse, we heal. That's what we do. It's your job. You show up and the reward is you didn't kill people. Woohoo. But with David and it was amazing because you could actually see people wanting to do better and wanting us to help them through a really dark time in their life, and seeing the light bulb going off. You can't express joy like that. There's enough gratitude in the world to just have the magnitude of watching someone go through something and get to the other side, and we were able to help them do that. There's nothing like that. It's fascinating. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
And I feel this world needs a lot of healing. From whether it be from whatever religion or Reiki or whatever. We need that. I think we just need that.
Yes, desperately.
Yeah, yeah. So you guys, you have this the book of poetry that's coming out soon. Would you guys care to share one or two poems or something?
Sure.
And I'll let whoever wants to go first.
Hold on, I gotta pull mine up. Here, David, you can go first.
And again,
Okay.
this book will be available pretty soon, and then watch for links. David, if you have one, whenever you're ready to go.
Okay. So this one is called Answers Sought and Found. Nowhere came the most profound question, taking me by surprise and delighting me all the same. I pondered upon it with intrigue for a while to consider it from each and every angle and perspective of which I could conceive. I still could not find a conclusion, so I went for a walk to clear my mind for a moment to be outside. Not far from me, cast a gaze upon the wonderful sight in silence. We then looked at the horizon. I had the realization that I'd found the answer to the question of what does it mean to be alive.
Uh-oh. Looks like we're losing David. Well, Stacy, do you have a poem ready, or? And hopefully we get David back here.
Yes. Okay, this one is called Getting Started. The heart is where your salvation lies. Your head is responsible for making up all the lies. I was so scared to dive into the unknown. I know something had to change. I was tired of living life lost and alone. Don't be afraid of the darkness. God hears your cries. I couldn't see it either until it was almost too late and I almost died. I was wrong about everything I thought I knew. The fear no longer consumes me. My head is clear and my heart beats anew. I hope you hear God in my story and feel my love shining through. That is what I wish for you. Life is meant to be magical and fulfilled. We were created to sparkle, not live a life of darkness and sorrow. Learn from your lessons and give yourself grace. You're here for a reason. God doesn't make mistakes. This is permission to own your shit today. Start to release your shame and trauma and get out of your own way. Get started now in this moment. Put your hand on your heart and take a deep breath. Repeat, God loves me and love always finds a way. I am just getting started. Love will lead the way.
Wow, that was awesome. That was awesome. And it looks like we have Dave back.
David's back.
Um, if you want to pick off from where we left off, where we lost you there, David.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Dave?
Bueller.
Yeah, it's just
Bueller.
really pingy. The video on here is about a minute. Yeah, it's about a minute behind everything on the
Oh, really?
live.
Oh, sure.
It's a bit clearer, but yeah,
Oh, wow. That's
on the display
oh, wow.
on here,
That's crazy.
it just everyone just keeps kind of pinging out.
Uh oh.
Huh.
It's a little bit
Okay.
difficult to know.
Uh oh. Well, I guess we'll just have to muddle through the best we can with David there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, yeah. Um, if you want to try your poem again, David.
Is that better?
That works. Well,
Is
so
he frozen?
it doesn't look like it. I can't quite tell. I wonder if he's watching it on YouTube, then it would be a little bit of a delay.
Huh.
Well, David, if you
We're good.
there he is. We're good. I think
Just
we're
about.
okay. There we go. So, Stacy, the poem that you shared with us, was that based on your personal experience?
Yeah, everything I write is all based on my life, and everything I've gone through
Yeah,
and,
I'm
survived.
there we go. Yeah, it just keeps freezing out for some reason.
We mentioned earlier in the show that how wonderful it is that we have devices like this to keep us connected all around the world. That's also a downfall. I'm sorry, you were saying, Stacy, that it was experiences.
All life experiences.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's crazy because I had a near death experience
Yeah,
3
I'm
years
here.
ago,
It
and
just the live feed keeps pinging out, but then when I'm watching it on the
This is what happens when it's live TV. But hey, it's all good. Hopefully he comes back. So I'm sorry, Stacey, you were saying.
for the third time. No, I'm teasing. So anyway, yeah, so after I had a near-death experience, I lived in my own little bubble and I started rhyming things and I started having all these weird thoughts and I started writing. And up until this point, I was never a poet. I was not artistic at all. And I jokingly called it glitter shit because I'm like, it comes out like bad diarrhea. I don't know what to do with it. It's glitter shit because it made me feel so good, but I wouldn't shut up. So I just kept writing and writing and writing. And
Oh man, that was hilarious. I love that analogy. It,
but nothing
oh,
happened with the glitter shit. And now things are happening with the glitter shit.
oh, that is awesome. I'm gonna borrow that in my life. You used to like glitter shit. I love it. I love it. And hey, if that if that's if that's what it takes to get your creative juices going and sharing your gift with the world, then hey, glitter shit all over the place.
I'm glitter shitting all over the world.
Well, that is awesome. That is awesome. Um,
Yeah, it's very therapeutic.
for you and for the listener as well.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ha- did you work with when you worked with other people? Can you possibly give us an example without giving any names or anything, without giving out anybody's information or anything, of somebody that has come to you and sought help?
You mean like how like how it went, like just what we
Yeah.
did and how
Yeah.
we unblocked them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, someone would come to us, and both David and I read energy. And, someone, you could tell when someone is holding something behind. And we were able to say to them, perfect example, look, something might have happened to you when you were younger. You're safe, you're in a safe environment. Let's go back to that time. And it's almost like we would hypnotize them a little bit. And the minute they felt safe and connected with that energy of that little traumatized child inside of them, instantly wake up. Like instantly, it was like they would cry, and you could literally feel the energy coming through of them unblocking years and years of shit that no one has been able to help them with. It's just amazing. You feel their sadness, you feel their pain, you feel their grief, and they would come to us and be like, we don't know what to do and we've done everything and blah blah blah. And helping someone through that and helping them see that there's so much more to life than just what they're feeling right now. It was just amazing and it was instant. I love that. I'm an instant gratification girl. I mean, I don't want to friggin' wait. And sometimes the healings that we would do, it's like instant. It was like instant night and day. You could feel the release and it was just magical. It was
Yeah.
magical.
That's all. That's awesome. I think we have David coming back, and your glitter shit is felt down in South Africa down there, so you're all over the place.
Sweet.
See if we can. There's Dave.
Let's spread it all over the world.
There you go. David's back.
How's
We
it going,
do have.
Ricky?
There we go. I think we got you now.
Hopefully
You
better. You're here.
Ricky?
I think so. We got you. We do have a question on here from Pam. Can Reiki help people suffering from PTSD?
Yeah, I actually have PTSD. I'm actually in treatment for it now, but Reiki helped immensely with PTSD. It just helps with the blockages and it
It's
helps
still
with
not
that
super smooth, but
mind
we can
fuck
try.
and shit that's going on.
Yeah.
It helps. Reiki heals everything.
Yeah. I think David's still having a little bit of trouble here.
It's like there's a lag with him.
Yeah, it seems like it. Well, it's a long drive over to United Kingdom and stuff. So
The bond.
yeah, I don't know if we're going to get much more out of him on this if it's
Mhm.
lagging too much.
No, yeah. But Reiki heals everything. And coming from someone who, again, Western medicine, people need to be more open and understanding and just have a little bit of an open mind. And Reiki is life changing, life
Mm.
changing.
No, it
Yeah.
just keeps pinging out.
So apparently we're pinging out on David. Um, he just sent me a message. I don't know why. Um, yeah. Here's another question: can Reiki help you find and connect to the truth? Not sure if there's.
1000%. You can 1000%. You learn all about the chakras. Everyone has chakras in our body. You learn about the 7 main ones and that you connect with source, God, Buddha, Allah, whoever your higher power is. But Reiki is life changing. And, so many people think it's like the devil's work and it's satanic and it's ridiculous. It's mindfulness, it's meditation, it's knowing to learn how to become one with your body and self heal.
Yeah.
Reiki heals everything, and people are so closed minded. But for the people that are open minded and willing to, you know, look into Reiki, change your life. Change your life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think we lost David. He was sending me messages over Messenger that he said it keeps pinging out. I don't know why. Uh, yeah, we're gonna have to figure out another time where he can come back on and we can figure this out. It could be that I'm outside. I don't know, but Stacy's connection seems fine. Um, so in follow up to your answer to Tom's question, he had, how does one start?
So I would Google, yeah, intention, yes, but with Reiki, you really need to do some research. There's a lot of stuff online people can do for free and just see if you like it. Like just Google, YouTube video Reiki and just see if you like it. There are books on it.
Yeah.
And then if you find someone, you have to find someone you really resonate with, because even if you do one treatment with a practitioner, probably under $100, it really opens up a new world for you. Really
Mm-hmm.
opens up a new world.
I make you put on here. I thought about Reiki healing, but one of the reverends here in town passed away. I haven't even thought about going to where she was practicing. Um,
So look
now I
for
know
reviews too.
review. Okay, can
Good reviews.
is this something that can be done online like this?
I have to be honest, I was not a believer, and I preferred in-person Reiki, but obviously with COVID, we had no choice. And I
Yeah.
was shocked how amazing the energy connection was virtual. So 1000%. But you have to feel comfortable with someone. You have to be completely, no holds barred, open-minded to open up to these people.
Mm-hmm.
And it works virtual. I mean, look at our energy with me and David when we do a session. I mean, the energy is palpable. It's insane.
That's
It's
right.
insane.
Let's see here. So I know David does some stuff online. Um, so I'm going to put out his Facebook page. I'm going to put that in chat. Um, if you're looking for a Reiki healer, I highly recommend David. He's a great guy. Here's
Yep.
his Facebook page if you want to go on and check him out. Um, Stacy, you don't do the Reiki healing anymore, correct?
No, not anymore. I'm focusing just on writing right now. I've got a couple books coming out, so I'm just focusing on writing, and I have a lot a lot of healing that I have to do.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just writing.
Well, I mean, that's good. Everybody has to, take care of themselves and
Mhm.
before they can get anything else. But I mean, you got your writing. That's healing for you as well.
So therapeutic. And I think the other thing with our book coming out, we just want to show people that, healing is within you. Don't say I can't do this, I can't do that. Healing is within you. And I hope, our intention for the book is when people read it, feel the love coming out of it and giving people hope. Because, like you said earlier, this world, I mean, we need goodness, we need good things, we need people with good intentions, just happiness and love and joy. We need people to spread that. So much bad shit in the world, you know?
So much
So
bad
much
shit.
bad
We need
shit in the
glitter.
world. We need some glitter shit.
We need your glitter shit all over the place. I'm telling you, I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that at work. I'm going to go in there and say, man, this is like glitter shit in here. And they're going to look at me like, what are you talking about?
I mean, it came to me and I was like, that is what it felt like. And everyone's like, what does that even mean? And I'm like, you get it now when I explain it? They're like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So have you had any other books come out?
Yeah, I actually, so in 2021, I was really sick. I was in the hospital for 8 days. I almost died. That's what also contributed to the near-death experience. And 6 days after, I had to resign from my best nursing job I've ever friggin' had. And that's not easy to do. I had to resign. So 6 days later, I get a call from a publishing house in Australia wanting to share my story. And I'm like, I'm not a writer. No, no, thank you. Something told me to do it. I did it blindly. I just jumped in and I'm like, oh, I'll see what happens after. And the book that I participated in became a bestseller in 8 countries in 22 categories in 24 hours, called
Wow.
Intuitive Speaking Her Truth. So that was that was in 2021. I went full blown psycho after that because I was not prepared. I was literally like, I knew nursing world. I was safe
Yeah.
in nursing Stacy world, but author, writing, that whole podcast world, I was like thrown into it. But yeah, I got bit pretty hard by that writing bug. And now finally for the first time, I'm intentionally honoring that voice and I'm like, I'm just gonna write. All right, God, I'm just gonna write. That's what I'm gonna
There
do.
you go. Do you are you can we find you on YouTube or any other podcasts or anything or
So actually, yeah. And I think Dave and I are going to start up demystifying the mystical, kind of like Q&A type, because him and I both of us survived a Kundalini awakening. Most people it takes them out. There's a lot we
yeah.
could talk about, but what I'm currently doing now is I have a podcast with one of my closest friends called Dis Divas. Both of us are disabled with dysautonomia, DYS.
Hang on a second.
And
Let's
it's just teaching people how to live with disabilities. We both have dysautonomia and a bunch of other autoimmune shit. So we
can
do
you spell
that.
that again? Can you spell that again for me, please?
D DYS
Okay.
DYVAS.
Okay, I'm looking it up. I got it.
We might have 3 subscribers, so you'd be the fourth. So thank you.
Actually, I think this is one. This is it. It has like looks like a user cloud with a big microphone and two women next to the microphone. Is that your logo?
Yeah.
Okay, here I'm gonna share it if I can. Here it is. Share channel. Again, live TV.
I appreciate that.
To do this. Here we go. Here is Stacy's channel. It's coming up in the chat right now. Make sure you go over there and there it is. Make sure you go on over there and like and subscribe to it. And um, I this is the first I've heard it, and I'm gonna get on there and watch some of your stuff and see what we got. And um, you now have 16 subscribers, so hey.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Melissa, hi, welcome. I will answer a question if you go ahead and put it in the chat. I don't know if she put it in here before. There's another one here. Tom Franklin, sorry to bother you. Well, we're getting all kinds of new people in chat today. I'm trying to look back for Melissa's question. I don't know if she put it in here before. I don't see it, but Melissa, if you're listening, go. Here she is. I had open heart surgery. Do you see me having cancer?
No.
That's good. That's a pretty serious deal there.
Mhm. Mhm. And I do, Paul, I do have another book coming out on September 17th called Becoming the Manifesting Diva, and it's with Soulful Valley Publishing in the UK.
Sweet. Okay. Um, yeah, and when you guys get the links for that for the poetry book with you and David, when you guys
Definitely share.
shoot me the links, and I'll put it in the show notes for this show, and then I'll share it on my Facebook page as well, because I think that it's probably going to be filled with a lot of great stuff like what you shared with us already that can help people for sure.
I hope so. That's our
Yeah.
intention.
And you said it's just a free ebook.
Yeah, it's 15, again, glitter shit. We do this all the time, but it's just 15 of our poems that we hope really resonate with people so they don't feel alone. They're
Yeah.
depressed, they're sad, anxious. There's so much going on in this world. So each of us, we both wrote 15 each, talking about everything from grief and sadness, addiction. I'm celebrating 6 years of sobriety. So, there's a lot of personal, like, I feel like we're giving a piece of our hearts, maybe to show people that there is good out there still. People want to make the world a better place, and let's become the best version of ourselves we can be.
Yeah. David's in chat. He'll be in touch soon for sure. Thank you. Yes, definitely. And
All right,
we'll
David.
work on we'll work on getting David on the show again. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm hitting buttons now and everything's going nuts. And I forgot what I was going to say. No, I mean, kudos to you for being sober, and I think people need to hear your experiences. So I think that book is very important for people to hear, and I'll definitely be able to share that. Unfortunately, with David not here, I don't know that we're not gonna get to the tarot card readings, unless Stacy, can you do tarot card readings?
You know what? I don't have my car. I didn't bring my cards.
Okay, that's fine. That's
I
fine.
mean, I like this, like I can sense the energy. Like as soon as Melissa, like I could sense the energy. Like I read like that, but I didn't bring any cards with me.
Okay. So we will. I'll try and get David on here soon. Here's another question. Why is it not showing up? That was from Pam. I mean, yeah. If you have a question that you want to throw out there, we can try and get a reading if we can get your energy to go through here. I don't know if she's still on the in the chat or not, but I think she wanted a tarot card reading, so I don't know if we can get that.
Yeah.
So we'll have David back on, and we'll have Stacy back on as well. And Stacy, you can come back on. I mean, you're in the States here, so like a Saturday night, if you're free, maybe we can try and book you sometime in here, and we can talk about things and maybe do some readings for people if they want to.
I would love to talk about I would love to come back and talk about my NDE because that is like so fucking mind blowing. Like it's like, and now it's like 3 years after, like I sounded like a lunatic, like first graded, like let's get her to the home. Let's get her locked up. But now
Yeah.
3 years later, it's like I was just awakening, and it's like still the most magical night of my life. And I love talking about it. So I definitely would love to do that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And well, cool. That's awesome. We'll be in touch. before we sign off here, after the show, stick around for a little bit here, and we'll talk a little bit. But anyway, guys, thank you all for joining us on the show and the chat and everything. Sorry about the internet connection with David, but we'll get that fixed, and we'll get him back on the show and talk some more about that stuff and have a good old time one more time. So, Stacy, thank you so much for coming on. And like I said, we'll be in touch, and we'll see what our schedules are like down the road, and try and get you on a Saturday show.
That sounds good. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste. So everybody, have a great rest of your day and the rest of your week. We got a short week this week. Hopefully, you're gonna have a good time on 4th of July. Make sure you stay safe. Don't do anything stupid, and just be safe out there. And we will see you all on Saturday. I will be back upstairs in the studio, and next Tuesday, back out here on the patio. So, everybody, have a great week. Happy 4th of July, everybody. USA. Maybe that's why David was having problems. It's United States 4th of July and everything, Independence Week, and I'm kidding, Dave. So anyway, everybody, have a good night, and we will talk again soon. And I always do this to myself. I don't have the out ready when here we go. All right, bye everybody. Thank you.